Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Frankly Speaking Sports Interviews. Today we have a very special guest for you, Tye Richardson. He's the program director of the Morning Rush show as well as the sports radio host of the same show on ESPN Arkansas. I want to remind you all that all of our interviews can be found on our YouTube channel, Frankly Speaking Sports. Go ahead, go over to YouTube, go ahead and hit subscribe. It is totally free. You hit subscribe and you have access to all of the interviews that we've done past and all of the interviews that we'll be doing in the future. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to introduce on the Frankly Speaking Sports Hotline. He's the host of the Morning Rush for ESPN Arkansas, and he's as well the program director. Please welcome Tye Richardson. Tye, how you doing?
Larry, I'm good, man. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for being on. Let me ask you a question. I know you do the host of the morning show, and you also are the program director. Over the past couple months, I mean, it has to be different, with no sports really going on till just recently. It had to be a real difficult time for you, hasn't it?
Larry, you're exactly right, man. It's definitely tested us here at ESPN Arkansas. Started doing the show in February and didn't anticipate this coming at all. I thought getting into sports radio, my job would never be affected. I thought there would always be sports. Little did I know that the coronavirus was on my doorstep, so just had to go about things a number of different ways, be creative with our daily show content, and just kind of go from there. I feel like we've been doing a good job getting a bunch of former Razorbacks, good, solid interviews, good content. We've had some news break during the show during the last couple weeks, but I'm ready for sports back, just like I know you are.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, yesterday, some great news came down, and I know you're aware of it being an Arkansas fan, that Heston Kjerstad was named first-team All-American by Collegiate Baseball. I know it was an abbreviated season, but here's a guy who batted .448 in the abbreviated season. He already had 6 homers, 20 RBIs, was on his way to just having an amazing season. Where do you see this guy's future leading?
I see him being a probably top 10, top 15 draft pick. Now, I don't pretend to have just an extreme amount of knowledge in terms of baseball expertise, but most people, most mock drafts, Nashville, he's highly coveted by a number of different MLB organizations. Like you mentioned, he was having an incredible year. Unfortunately, it was cut short because of the coronavirus. I wish you could have seen what he could have done in his final season in Arkansas, but we didn't get to see the season in his entirety. I mean, the guy can hit, he can feel, he can do it all, and he is going to be a heck of a pro prospect. Well,
yeah, absolutely. Now, on the flip of the coin, some very upsetting news over the past weekend that Eddie Sutton, the legendary coach for Arkansas as well as Oklahoma State, Creighton, Kentucky, had passed away. I understand Nolan Richardson won a title here, but Eddie Sutton, you got to admit, without Eddie Sutton building that foundation and what he's meant to Arkansas, without that, there probably is any Nolan Richardson, is there?
I don't know if Nolan wants or takes this job if Eddie Sutton doesn't lay the foundation, as you mentioned, Larry. Without that, I don't know if Arkansas gets a national championship. We've had Jim Counts, former Razorback Dr. Jim Counts, on this morning talking about that. We had former Arkansas assistant on yesterday, James Dickey, and they both kind of said similar type of rhetoric. You're saying that if not for Eddie Sutton, Arkansas basketball might not look the same as it is today. Eddie Sutton did so many great things for the program. You think about the triplets, you think about the trip to the Final Four. They were robbed of another Final Four appearance in '79. They got hosed by the refs against Indiana State, Larry Bird. A phenomenal coach, and so many players speak highly of him. It seems like for good reason. I never got a chance to meet him, but it seems like from the different conversations I've had with former players, media members, coaches, that he was really
Now, we talk about basketball and the success Eddie Sutton had here, Nolan Richardson had here. It looks like that the Arkansas Razorback basketball team is on its way to having another successful coach. I mean, the recruiting this gentleman, Eric Musselman, has done over the past year. I mean, it seems like every day I hear Eric Musselman did this, Eric Musselman did that. This basketball team, has a lot of excitement around it going into next year about possibly being a top 10 team.
Yeah, this is a team that we're really excited about. I think the top 10, top 15 conversation hinges on the decision of Isaiah Joe. But regardless, I think people are excited about the future of Razorback basketball. You think about the top 5 recruiting class according to ESPN bringing in Arkansas guys, Moses Moody, Devontae Davis, K.K. Robinson, Jalen Williams, the 2 incoming grad transfers, Vance Jackson and Jalen Tate. People are really excited about the future of this basketball team, and I think they were inspired by the play this season. With Arkansas wasn't supremely talented this past season, and yet they gave far more talented than they were run for their money. I'm really excited about the future of Arkansas basketball, and I would venture to say most fans feel the exact same.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I've been in Florida for 36 years. Just moved here to Bentonville, and actually the day that I'm here is the day that everything closed down. I was watching Arkansas versus Vanderbilt in the SEC tournament that night when everything went on with the NBA. So I cannot wait for basketball. But let's switch gears to football a little bit. I'm talking to Tye Richardson, host of the Morning Rush and program director at ESPN Arkansas. There's some excitement around this football team as well. You got a new head coach, new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator. You got a guy who's going to be leading the team at quarterback in Felipe Franks, who I know very well from my days rooting for the Gators. I used to watch and play and go to games there. What is your outlook for this football team this year?
I think if you look at Arkansas football in 20, I think that's measured by how many games, like play 9 games, get any of the non-conference, play all 12. I think that it was that 12 is 1 conference game, 3 non-conference. I, some of the others, don't expect them to go down to South Bend and beat the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. But I think 3 non-conference wins and a win over Missouri and Mississippi State or an Ole Miss, coincidentally, the other teams in the conference that hired a coach. I think that is the avenue that Arkansas football just for a start. Don't win an SEC game or if you only win 2 non-conference, I think you should be for it. I think, we're going down the same road that Chad Morris led. Hopefully that's not the case with Dan Pittman. Hopefully get something going. But I think 4 games, solid expectation. Not too low, not too high for the Arkansas football program.
Now, there's a lot of question on what's going to happen with college football. First of all, first question comes whether, the fans will be allowed back in the football stadiums. What is your perspective on whether fans should be or should not be allowed back this year if the season does play out?
When it comes to attendance, and it's choice. If you pay for a ticket, you have the option to go, not to go, if you're given that. Now, if they limit capacity, that's a completely different conversation. I'm by no means a doctor. I've never been in the medical field, so I don't know as far as getting to that side of things, if I can correctly diagnose what the proper procedure if fans are allowed to stay. I'm hoping fans are allowed in the stadium. I know the element of fans makes the game that much more enjoyable, whether you're attending or playing in the actual game. But I can't accurately tell you so far out from that. I mean, as we're doing this interview right now, Larry, it's May 27th. We're not going to get started football games end of August.
Right. I think we lost Tye there. We'll try to get him back. Now, we got Tye back now on the air. Yeah, Tye, you were answering the question about fans in the stands.
Yeah, I think that the limit of fans, if you limit capacity, that's a completely different conversation. I'm by no means a doctor. I've never been in the medical field, so I don't know as far as getting to that side of things, if I can correctly diagnose what the proper procedure if fans are allowed to stay. I'm hoping fans are allowed in the stadium. I know the element of fans makes the game that much more enjoyable, whether you're attending or playing in the actual game. But I can't accurately tell you so far out from that. I mean, as we're doing this interview right now, Larry, it's May 27th. We're not going to get started football games end of August.
Right.
Yeah, it's so far out, man. It's May 27th. We have till the end of August. I don't know if I could give you an accurate representation, even if it was a week away, 'cause I'm not probably the guy to do that. But I'm just hoping for the atmosphere's sake and as long as safety measures taken and the athletes, the coaches, staff members are, if it's okay for them, I'm hoping we see fans. But to be honest, man, you're in a rock and a hard place right now. I don't know if I'm the guy to answer that question, honestly, Larry.
No, I completely understand that none of us are medical experts, at least, that I know right now. So, yeah, that's definitely. Now, before I let you go, Tye, why don't you just let people know, because that, I'm new to the Arkansas area and everything. Everywhere I go in this state, it seems like Arkansas, Arkansas, Arkansas. I see a license plate. I see stickers. I see shirts. I see hats. Everybody's an Arkansas fan around this state. What is it about this team, and I'm talking in all sports, that just creates this aura around this state?
Well, Larry, you're from Florida, so you have the Gators, you have the Seminoles, you have the Hurricanes, you have the Dolphins, you have the Marlins, there's the Rays. There's so many different teams within that state, both professionally and college. Really, in Arkansas, there's one team that the majority falls. Now, there are some pockets inside the state that cheer for, let's say, Arkansas State or UCA, but most of those fans are still Razorback fans. So you don't have that same type of camaraderie within any other SEC state because of the professional sports that are there and the other big-time college programs that are there. So that's what makes Arkansas so unique. And when you say you're playing for the state, you really are playing for the state. And that's why I think Arkansas needs to be a better job recruiting is the competition level that these kids are competing with in their own state. You really don't have any competition for eyes for sports fans. If you're a popular sports icon for the Arkansas Razorbacks, you're going to get recognized. People are going to notice you in grocery stores, gas stations, bars, restaurants. It doesn't matter. And I don't think you can say the same thing for other players inside not only SEC programs, but college football in general across the board.
Oh, I noticed that there's nothing, as far as professional teams here, obviously. Tye, I want to thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your busy schedule today and joining us on Frankly Speaking Sports.
Larry, thanks so much for having me, man. I'm excited for college football this season. I'm hoping we have fans. I'm hoping everything goes accordingly. I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
All righty, yeah. Let's hope so, my friend. It'll give us at least something to talk about.
Amen, man. We need sports back.
All right, be safe, buddy.
All right, you too. Larry, thanks again, man.
Thank you. That was Tye Richardson, host of the Morning Rush and program director at ESPN Arkansas.